And the stories that I'm going to tell you are actually real stories. All of them happened. And so I thought some of them are really worth sharing, and I thought I should tell you about them. So I'm going to start with the on-site director, Zach Williams. And so Zach Williams is a very decent man, and one day, we were just, I was just coming back from the mosque on Friday, and he stopped his car, and he gave me a ride back home, right back to TiP. And while I was sitting in his car, I asked him this question, so, do you have kids? And his response was, well, you know what, I didn't find the perfect lady. What about you? Do you have kids? And usually this is my question that I should say this. If I find an amazingly beautiful lady, if I have to know whether she's in a relationship or not, I ask her, what about your boyfriend? And if she doesn't say anything, that means, okay, she's available. But, it's kind of like, but, so Zach asked me back, so do you have kids? And the thought that came to my head was, well, I've known some amazing ladies. It's just that they didn't want to marry me. And interestingly, a lot of good ladies found me okay, but I didn't want to marry them. So, but it went well, and later on I realized, so one of the people that I got to know here, a very, very good friend of mine, Hannah, and she used to teach psychology of decision making. And I guess a lot of you don't know her, but one of the students in Boston came to me and said, you know, well, this lady is a very beautiful lady. You know what, next time when I come, I actually want to study the psychology of decision making. And when I looked at him, I said, seriously? I mean, seriously, this lady has made some really bad decisions in her life. Are you sure you want to study the psychology of decision making with her? And it's okay if you record this and put this online, because this lady, I won the rights to make fun of her all my entire life over a ping pong game. But going on, and this instructor I won't even name. This instructor I won't even name because this story is ridiculous. So, and this happened in a washroom. So, I was in the washroom, and the instructor who's here, he probably knows who he is, but, so as a Muslim, we pray 5 times a day, and we have to wash our hands, we have to wash our face, we have to wipe our head, and the last part is washing our legs. So I didn't wear socks for a reason. So the last part, when we wash our legs, our foot is in the sink, and we're washing our legs. So I'm here washing my legs like this. And suddenly this guy, who's on the left-hand side, and I'm gonna put this mic back. So I'm over here washing my legs, and suddenly this guy, he's washing his face and his hand, and suddenly he looks at me. You know, it's okay, I can come later, it's okay. and he walks out of the washroom, and I'm still like this. I'm actually still like this, and I'm looking at him because I want to take my foot out of the sink. So I'm still like this, and he's saying, seriously? I mean, seriously? I guess the instructor would know what I'm talking about, but this was an interesting story. But later on, so a lot of you guys know Sanjeev. Sanjeev is an amazing dude. Robotics this time. Last term, I had the privilege of working with him, and he was the TA of our class. And so the good thing about having 2 brown kids in the same class, we can talk in our own language, and nobody gets to know really what's going on. And the beautiful thing is, so I know Punjabi, he knows Punjabi, And so this is exactly what happened, and I'm going to read you the whole thing. Yeah, I think it's better over here. So I'm going to read you the whole thing. Yeah, this is the right line. I'm 6 feet, so sometimes I have to shift. And let's see what happens. Oh, Sanjeev, I think you can say, I'm going to do something to Oh, Pinati, I don't know what to do, but I think I'm going to do something to do. यार ऐसी कुछ से करना है ऐसी टीचर से स्टूडेंट हैं और ऐसी कुछ से करना है स्टूडेंट बस में ऐसी कुछ आगे चलो अच्छा चलो इस तरह करने हैं और पापा इस तरह नहीं हो सकता इस तरह करने हैं चलो इस तरह करने हैं देख लिया क्यों होता है चलो ठीक है okay students you're supposed to do it this way and the TX is going to explain it to you now and the student is a young guy so student looks at us wow these guys are amazing now you really solved it there really and I'm going to translate it so you all can understand oh Sanjeev please tell me what do I have to do here please oh Pinachi I don't understand myself what I have to do tell me please okay let's do it this way oh I don't think it can be done this way let's try the other way okay let's try it both ways and we'll tell the students there are 2 ways of doing it let's see how it works wow, you guys are amazing. How complicated things sound. And I guess it's one of the good things of having 2 brown kids is that we can talk in our own language. And this we carried out even in the next term and he was the teacher of the robotics and I was the teacher of electrical engineering. So whenever we were to go outside and we wanted to tell how lovely our kids are to each other and ensuring at the same time nobody could understand, we resorted back to Punjabi. But it doesn't really stop there. One of the teachers that I knew, was Desiree. Before Desiree, there is a course which is being taught this time. It's called the abnormal psychology. And last time, abnormal psychology was taught by one of the very good friends of mine, Turgut. I didn't get to know the teacher this time that well, so maybe it justifies what I'm going to do right now. So, Turgut and I were talking one day, and I was telling him, you know, why on earth do people take abnormal psychology? I mean, why would you want to learn about abnormal psychology? So, and Turgut explained it to me this way, and I said, and he made a joke about it. So, this is a student of abnormal psychology going back after his term and telling his students what went wrong, the people that will go to TiP. Well, you know what, dude? I studied abnormal psychology. I know now what abnormal psychology is. And the other guy? So you too now know what's wrong with you. We knew from the very beginning, at least now you too know what's wrong with you. But it's okay. I mean, Turgut was a very good friend of mine, and he was from Turkey. And anybody who's Turkish, and I'm from Pakistan, so anybody who's Turkish and being from Pakistan, we actually admire them, we love them a lot, and they're just an amazing set of people. And I'm sure that this lady who taught you is an amazing lady, and so don't take it any hard way. But interestingly, one of the other people that's worth mentioning is Desiree. And at the very beginning of the term, and I think I'm partly to blame for this, at the very beginning of the term, when we were all getting to know each other, they asked us all a question, and somehow the question that fell to my hands was, what would be your perfect date? And I don't know how to answer it, so I told them what I really thought was a perfect date, because I think a perfect date is one where you don't have to date anybody after that. So a perfect date would be one where you don't have to date anybody after that. And I gave them a reason, I won't go into that, but this was the reaction that I got in the middle of the term from Desiree when I asked her something. So I had my hands full and I had some supplies in my lab, in my room. And last time the students actually, the teachers actually, we lived in the basement of Kilgo. So the T00 something were us. And I remember at that time, Desiree and I were friends, and we both are from Texas A&M. So I went to Desiree, and I told her this one thing. Desiree, I really need your help. So can you just come to my room, because there are a lot of supplies. I have my poster boards, I have my crayons, I have my soldering gun, I have my laptop, I have to bring so many things. And I was holding a copy in my hand, and I wanted to take it with me because I don't have enough hands. Could you please help me? And she was like, what? You want me to go to your room? You want me to go to your room? In daytime? You want me to go to your room? And I was like, oh my God! Oh my God! Tell you what, you didn't take my coffee, so I went back in my room. I got all these supplies just to tell her, you know, and when I came out, there was another tea on her right hand side. There was another tea on her left hand side, because she wanted to know I wasn't really planning on anything else. So I came back with all these supplies to tell her, you know, really, it was just the supplies. Really, it was just the supplies. But to close this down, all of it, I've met some amazing people at TiP. And let me take my shoes again. I've met some amazing people here at TiP, whether it's amongst the residents, like whether it's Michael or whether it's Pugly Mui, or kind of like Mui means a little sister Samantha, or beautiful lady Kate, or that's Josh, Ray, Joshua. I've met some really good ping pong players here, and I've met some really, really good instructors. Now, overall, jokes apart, it's been a pleasure, it's been an honor. And lastly, can all the instructors stand just for a minute? Can I want everybody to see all the instructors not here today. Can all the instructors just stand up for just a minute?
Hey, Brett.
Keep standing, because what I need to do, I think it's important, what I'm going to do right now. It's all of you, the instructor side, the students, I've done this to you before today. The instructors, it's been a pleasure, it's been an honor working with you. And as a token of my appreciation, what I'm going to do right now, at the very end of this entire session, my session over here, is that I'm going to come to each and every one of you and greet you in person. I want you to stay there where you are.
Oh. Love you.